I do think it has caused quite a stir, in that it has allowed individuals to really neatly curate the kind of the CVs and the cover letters and things like that, which is proving to be a real sort of stumbling block for a lot of organizations, and it's proving to be a bit of a headache for hiring managers. Now, I run the risk of kind of losing friends and alienating people when I say this. I do think that the introduction of AI does give us a moment in time, an opportunity to stop and reflect. Because I was listening to Arctic Shores. Robert Neary were talking about the kind of the different elements of assessment throughout a process that would be most at risk. And I agree with the research, which is, it's things like the application forms, the open questions. Why do you want to work here? I refer to them as kind of fealty statements, cover letters, that type of thing. But the thing is, we've known for a long time that this isn't a particularly good way of doing things. It would be, in an ideal world, it'd be lovely if a candidate could sit down and take their time to write to you and tell you why they're interested in the role, what excites them, and the match between, as they see it, between them as the candidate and your company. The reality, of course, is very different, and candidates are applying for dozens upon dozens, hundreds upon hundreds of roles just to remain competitive against their peers. So things like asking for cover letters that are, written from the ground up and bespoke, things like curated CVs, things like answering long form questions. There's nothing worse than applying for a job you're not even sure you want to apply for yet, and it giving you a 3,000 word text box saying, tell us why you want to work here. Well, the reality is I'm not even sure I want to yet. So these kind of things have been an issue for a long time, and ChatGPT does threaten the legitimacy of those types of kind of approaches. So, it's a good opportunity to take pause and think, how can we actually do things a bit differently? How can we revise our approach? And if we don't move, we're just sort of, it's kind of this battle of attrition in terms of just diminishing efficiency in our process. If every single candidate is just putting their CV, putting the job description into ChatGPT, and taking the output, pasting it into whatever application form you've got and submitting it, you may get hundreds, thousands of applicants, and they all kind of look and sound the same. And I was looking at some research earlier today, and it just seems to be the case. So it gives us an opportunity to pause. I do think there are some real advantages to it, but there's certainly some challenges that come with it as well.